Hello, and welcome to today's podcast. My name is Paul Fletcher, and I am your host for The Healing Source. This is probably about 4 months into this podcast. I've been doing one very consistently every week now. We're probably up to podcast number 25, 26, something like that. And it's truly been a pleasure to continue to share with you the wisdom of Tao healing. For anybody brand new, Tao healing is not limited to the physical body. And Tao healing can affect your emotions very positively, uh, any state of mind, mental blockages, etc. Tao healing can be applied to success and finances, which is today's topic, and it can be applied to things like relationships. The reason why Tao healing can work with all of these different facets of an individual's life is because Tao healing works on the understanding that if you have success in your life or failure in your life, it's a result of your vibration, your personal vibration. And some of us, we walk through life and everything seems to fall in our favor. And some of us, we are amazing people. We are the salt of the earth. We are people that would give our shirt to somebody. Uh, and yet life is always tough for us. It doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. And Tao healing works on the understanding that the reason why some people have great success and other people have failure, even if they are truly wonderful people, is because of their vibration. And what does that mean? That means that you have a soul, and your soul precedes you, the personality. Your soul has lifetimes of experiences, including positive, wonderful, memorable experiences where you have served others, helped others, benefited others, saved others' lives, blessed others financially, had positive, loving, supportive relationships. And in all of those experiences, you may have had some negative ones, including cheated, stolen from others, possibly taken other people's lives, and so forth. And so the soul carries with it all of this information. It's like a warehouse, and it carries all the information, but not just of those experiences, but of our thoughts as well. So when we take a look at life as we are living it today, Tao healing acknowledges that we are more than just this life experience. And this is why it's so effective historically. There's literally over 30 years of validated digital proof, videos, testimonials. There's a report card of the efficacy of Tao healing for physical, emotional, mental issues, relationship, financial issues, and more. And that's because when Tao healing is applied, it transforms the negative vibration that's the soul is holding on to. It transforms it to a positive frequency and vibration, which then manifests in that person's life. And so everybody wants more positive manifestation in their life. Everybody wants more financial, business, and success in their life, which is today's subject matter. How then do we get there? Well, there is a spiritual approach. So today I'm focusing on daily spiritual practices to transform financial businesses or success problems. The title is actually Seven Spiritual Practices for Financial Success. I had to look down at my titling there, make sure I got it the same way, because I'm putting this also on my blog. And I'm going to cover each one of these seven simple practices. Now, I want to start by saying each of us wake up every day and we push through that day uh, pretty much operating on a pattern that we have developed to make that day go as smooth as possible and create for us the greatest success, whatever that is um, in our thoughts and our understanding of a successful day might look like. It could simply be, getting through the normal humdrum job free of the boss yelling at you. Okay, everyone has their own perspective on what is a good and successful day. However, for the most part, we all wake up and try to find a way to get through the day with the least difficulty and the greatest success, and then get to that night and say, okay, let's prepare for the next one. Now, the vast majority of humanity, myself included, are not overflowing with abundance and money coming out our ears and plenty of everything that we might possibly want in excess so that we can share with others. That would be wonderful, right? And yet most of us are not there. Now, in my particular condition, what I'll be sharing with you, I actually employ in my life. Can I do it more? Absolutely. I'm sure if I did, I would have even more success. But what I want to share with you are 7 practical things that you can do every day that collectively do one thing. Collectively, each one of them contribute to shifting your vibration. Because if you look at your past, let's say 6 months, and if it has not created the result that you're desiring or hoping, the reason why, very simply, is the vibration coming from your soul is manifesting in front of you. Your future, your tomorrow, your next week, and your next year will look just like what it did in the past if you continue with the same energies that you have brought to the table. So if you want to change your tomorrow, if you want to change your next week and your next year, it starts with today. Each and every moment is an opportunity. I was writing uh, the blog, and they wanted a page description. So I'm going to read to you my page description. It says, every moment of every day we can positively or negatively affect our financial future. Our thoughts, our words, and our actions have equal effect on every aspect of our life. So these 7 special, simple things that you can do each and every day, the purpose of them is so that you can affect every moment. Let's say we take this moment right now, and you're watching me, and then maybe you have a family, so there's someone in the family that comes in and slams the door and they start screaming, and it disrupts your attention, right? And you start having these negative thoughts go on around this. Is that positively or negatively affecting your day? You must be the steward of your moments. You should write that one down. Put it on a bumper sticker, paste it on your own t-shirt. The one who is most successful financially, in relationship, in any aspect of their life, is a good steward of every moment. What does that mean to be a good steward? That means you are paying attention to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So let's start with number 1 of these 7. Number 1 is gratitude. Most of these, when I go over them, you're like, yeah, I know that. You won't be overly shocked by any of these. But here's the key. We all know this. Are you applying it? Most of us apply a little here, 1 or 2 this day, 1 or 2 that day, but the rest of the day, we fall off path. Why? Because we get caught up in the moments. We need to be good stewards of our moments. When we can become conscious and present of what enters our vibration, what triggers us, what causes us to divert one way or another, we can address that trigger, that shift directly, and cause it to be not effective to our moment. When we are able to do that consciously, we can very positively affect our future, tomorrow, and the next day, and accordingly, our financial success. Gratitude is one of the best ways to ensure that we react and respond appropriately. So, the first thing you should do on a daily basis is wake up and find 3 things to be grateful for that are unique and different from your previous days. It cannot be ever repeated. Every new day you wake up, you have to find 3 completely new things to be grateful for. Right around day 2021, your brain starts going, oh my gosh, how am I going to find something to be grateful for? And you force yourself outside of the box of complacency. You force yourself to be in the moment. You could, 21 days down the road, when you're searching for something to be grateful for, realize that you're grateful that your feet are warm in the bed. Because there's a lot of people on the street right now whose feet are not warm. So you find that there are so many things to be grateful for. When you place gratitude in your field, it doesn't just dissipate and go away, it stays in your field. Just like any negativity that's in your life, any lack of success in financials or business that you have in your life, it's there because you, in this or another lifetime, created a negative vibration by thoughts, words, or actions, and it stayed in your field. So when you do grateful every day, every day, every day, and potentially throughout the day, you are placing that in your field, which then does what for your tomorrow? It starts changing the amount of negativity into more positive. That will uh, roll into an outcome 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, where things start working in your favor. So you want to be a steward of every moment. Let's move to number 2 on the list. Number 2 is to give of yourself. I was on the phone earlier this morning with a client, a student, and they were talking about how they wanted to serve more, but no one really understood Tao healing, and it was like an uphill battle. And I said, what does, because we have the same teacher, I said, what does our teacher teach? What is the message of service? It is to make others happier and healthier. I said, he did not say go out and give somebody a healing. He said service is to make others happier and healthier. So the second secret is giving. Are you intelligent in accounting? Would that be a service to help somebody else? Are you very good with your hands? You can help somebody else that needs hands related work. Are you a good mechanic? What is your skill set? Can you help others with that? Can you walk out your door and pay attention, because you're a good steward of your moments, to things around you where you can be of benefit to someone? Something very simple. So you can offer knowledge, you can offer a helping hand, you can offer a quarter. There's many ways you can help others to be happier and healthier. What if you all you can do is smile for someone? Is that helping others to be happier and healthier? All of this creates what in your vibration? Positivity. The way we get to success is by shifting our environment. And we have to be a good steward of our moments to shift our environment. And you can do this every day. You can smile a little bit more every day. You can offer a helping hand or share some of your wisdom to help somebody every day. It's not hard. You can wake up in the morning every day and do 3 gratitudes. It's not hard. You simply have to make it important enough to you to bring the future that you're desiring. Many of you are Master Sha students. You have attended many of his activities and events. You know he blesses us financially. You've traced financial calligraphies. Why hasn't it shown up in your world? Has it dawned on you that it could be because you have the negative vibrations in your field and you are not allowing it to come into you because your focus is not in the right place? You are not being a good steward of your moments. Let's move to number 3. Forgiveness. Again, most of you probably are Master Sha students. This particular podcast is not actually for you. I'm doing this with the knowledge that my teacher will be a world-renowned healer, just literally all over the world. He'll be known by billions of people in the next 5 to 10 years. And they will find this information on the internet. They'll find this podcast that was done 5 years ago, and they'll watch this at this moment for the first time, and they will not have heard of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the great keys of making sure that our heart is open and that we are able to receive. When we forgive, when we ask and offer forgiveness, we are in effect making space in our heart. When we hold on to any contention or anger or irritation, maybe you had a relationship where that spouse took half of this and half of that, and they threw you under the bus, and the lawyer's this and the lawyer's that. Great. How's that working for you to hold on to that resentment, that anger, that irritation? How's it working for you? Is it bringing you the peace of mind that you desire? Is it bringing you the success? Is it cutting your success in half? Move into a place of gratitude. Forgive. Let it go. If you go into the deeper teachings, which we're not going to go into here, there very likely is a reason. Remember, there's always thoughts, words, and actions that affect us positively or negatively. So if you've had a negative experience with others, and that is keeping your heart closed, unable to be open to success or the opportunities that are probably available to you, then realize that that might not be accidental. Realize that everything is like a boomerang in life. We give out good, we receive good. We don't always remember when we've done harmful things to others. Sometimes it just enters our field and we feel like we're the victim. But the person on the spiritual journey is awake, and they say, you know what? I don't know what I might have done in a previous time. I just know this entered my field. I'm not enjoying it. And I know there's a possibility I might have, made some mistakes. And that's why it's in my vibration. So I want to release it from my vibration. I want to open my heart to success. I am going to offer forgiveness to this person, even though it's not okay what they did. I understand enough spiritually the wisdom of truly letting it go and forgiving. Far too deep of a subject to cover with any level of depth right now, but very important nevertheless. Let's move to number 4 on the 7 spiritual practices to experience financial success in your life. Number 4, affirmations. Everyone here has done affirmations, right? And tell me if you haven't. I've done them. You've done them. Almost everybody has. And you can line up 100 people and say, have you ever done affirmations? And probably all 100 will say yes. And then you can say, how have they worked for you? And at least 50 people will say, oh, they don't work at all. The other 50 will say, they sort of work. Why are affirmations sometimes work, sometimes doesn't? Usually it has to do with our monkey mind getting involved. So if we say something like, I have unlimited wealth coming to me, what does the first thing your mind do? No, you don't. Therefore, the affirmation doesn't work all that well, does it? Okay. So when you do an affirmation, you want to say something that you truly believe. That's the simple thing about it, because it does provide positivity to your vibration. It is absolutely of great value to do affirmations, but you want to state it in a way or find pre-written ones that do not create resistance in your vibration, because your mind loves to be in control, and it's not your best friend. Your mind should follow your heart, and your heart follows your soul. Your soul is the one that's brought the positive and negative vibration into your field. Your heart is simply receiving that positive and negative vibration. And then your mind is acting on it. It is processing that, okay? And so if you want to not get your monkey mind involved and well up more negativity, then choose affirmations that are written well, that do not bring up any negativity. Now, I wrote down one here that's one of my favorites, and I actually heard it while I was listening to a manifestation video a young woman had done, and she was just doing a simple meditation. And I heard these words. I says, wow, that feels really good. I like that. And you might find some resistance to it. If you do, then apply forgiveness practice to what comes up for you in the resistance. But here's the words. I love money, and money loves me. Now, I didn't have any resistance to that. That felt really nice to me. I love money, and money loves me. Now, if you find yourself saying that out loud or to yourself and you get any resistance with that, then maybe don't choose that for your affirmation. I chose it for me because I don't have any resistance to it. It feels good. It's something that I can work with. And every time I want to have more success in my life, I can say, I love the, the, the money that comes into my life, as it allows me to have more success. And that success allows me to benefit more people, to serve more people. So you choose one that works for you. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 on the list of 7, probably one of the most important ones. Stop complaining. Stop it. Okay? I catch myself all the time. It is a lifetime approach. We have to be stewards of every moment. And complaining can be so subtle. Complaining can be a grunt. Just a sigh. That's a complaining, right? So, and eventually we get to where we just see something happen and we smile. Complaining typically has associations to expectations. If you catch yourself in a complaint and you move into observation mode so that you can be a good steward of your moments, then you say, okay, why am I really complaining about this? Well, because I expected da 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 da. And when da 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 didn't happen, that creates this problem, and this problem. Therefore, I was angry and I raised my voice. Therefore, I was frustrated and grunted a little bit. Therefore, whatever your story is, okay? I have had to have these conversations with myself, and you will need to have them with yourself if you want to be a good steward of your moments. Because every one of these 7 steps have the great purpose of removing excess negativity or not adding to it. If my cup here is half full of muddy water and I'm grateful every morning. I'm grateful every morning. And I do my forgiveness every day. And I go out and I serve other people. So I'm taking the dirt out of my water. I'm taking the dirt out of my water. I'm taking the dirt out of my water. But then I go through the rest of the day. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Jeez, another bill. I'm just pouring the dirt back in. Have I gained anything for that day? Each one of these contribute collectively. And as I said in the beginning, I am not teaching you anything new, am I? I'm reminding you of what you already know. But again, we, you and I, very often fail to consistently do this and be good stewards of our moments. Manifesting is what this entire series is about. It's a 6 or 7 podcast series. I started the first one last week, so you haven't missed the other ones. And trust me when I say the next 4 or 5 are going to be very powerful. I'll give you an insight on them in just a few minutes. Be conscientious of your complaining. Find ways to eliminate it. And you can only do that by going backwards. What is the origination of this? Why am I complaining? How can I say this differently? How can I move to number 6, which is change your perspective? Okay. Number 5, stop complaining. Number 6 change your perspective on it. Just because ABC happened doesn't mean DEF will be the result. It doesn't. That's just what you've chosen to believe. Just because the flat tire happened doesn't mean getting late to work is a bad thing. Maybe the flat tire happened and the person that helped you, that drove you to the job, and you ended up getting there an hour and a half late, but nothing else happened to the job, it was all fine. But the person that helped you had an amazing contact, and that contact got you exactly what you've been looking for a long time. Heaven will always deliver. We get in the way of our manifestations. I tell you, listen carefully. You, me, pointing to myself too, derail our manifestations so fast. Heaven must have endless patience. Heaven must have incredible patience. We make a request, it's on its way, and then we get in the way because something like a flat tire occurs, and we complain and oh my God, and we come to fear mode and blah, 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 blah. And we don't know that the person that's coming with that tire truck to fix it is the one that's going to give us exactly what we want, that's going to help us to get that person that helps us to fix this part of the business that then moves the business into the multi-million-dollar arena. But we're busy complaining. We need to change our perspective. Everything, here's what your perspective is. Plug this into your world. Everything is conspiring to benefit me. Try that for an affirmation. It's easy to say, not so easy to apply on a consistent basis, but I tell you, that is a $1 million affirmation. Everything is conspiring to benefit me. I just can't see it at the moment, as I want to complain about ABC. The final of these 7 is one of the most effective. I'm going to be doing some more in-depth on this in the next couple of podcasts. Visualization with emotion. Let's back up on this one just a little bit. See if I can do a snippet on it. It has been validated by physics. It has been validated by elite coaches that coach the most elite athletes on the planet. It has been validated by psychologists. It has been validated by everybody that when you do something in here first, then the external version of that happens. And it always happens at a much higher accuracy and proficiency. Manifestation 101 is visualize it first. The key to a successful visualization is both the general overview of what you want to accomplish. So it doesn't have to be overly specific visually, but it needs to be specific enough to where you know where you're headed. Like you see the success of the business not only open, but 10 years down the road where your business is completely flourished. You have many employees and you have great success and everyone lauds you, and you can visualize that, right? But here's the real key. The emotion that is associated with it. Not so much the visualization, it's the emotion that you attach to that success, that sense of accomplishment that you would feel once it's done, that sense of relief that you will feel when all those bills are paid off and you have plenty of money in the checking account. You need to embellish those emotions and spend time with them. I'm going to go into more detail on this in the future sessions, okay? So those are the 7 spiritual practices for financial success. Repeating very quickly: gratitude, giving from your heart, forgiveness, Affirmations, specifically ones that you don't have any resistance to. Stop complaining, shift your perspective on what you're complaining about, and visualization with emotion. Okay? So this podcast is only a half hour, not enough time, to, as I said, to go into any depth. Now, real quickly, I'm going to share with you what's coming up. Next week, I'm going to do a podcast on the Tao of creation and manifestation of wealth and success. And I'm going to share with you the tie-in of Dr. and Master Sha's creation and reverse creation cycle to manifestation and success. There's a tie-in there. So this is a very powerful one. The week after that, the past and its effect on your manifestations. Our past absolutely affects our manifestations. We're going to talk about that fully in depth on podcast a few weeks from now. And then the following three after that, understanding dimensions, right? We live in third dimension. Fourth dimension is where we're headed. So understanding dimensions and time and their relationship to manifestation. That's 3 weeks from now. 4 weeks from now, the Tao of the meaning that we apply. This is important. The Tao of the meaning that we apply to what we experience in anything. So when we experience anything, when we experience a dog walking across the road, when we experience watching a tree go by as we're driving, right? Everything that we experience, we attach a meaning to it. And that right there, the meanings that we attach to things can have a significant impact on your success, your finances, and your business. Okay. And then I'm going to use the final week, week 7, to wrap all of this up. So I encourage you to come back and listen to this if you came in late. Send this to your friends. Tell them to subscribe to my podcast. Of course, you can receive healing and blessing to increase your finances, increase your success, because it's all locked up because of the negativity that's in our vibration. That can be significantly reduced with Tao healing. So for those of you that are not familiar with that, are new to this, make sure you contact me. My website is wellspringoflight.com. And I have great programs there where you can experience try before you buy it programs, learn about the nature of the soul, learn about this in relationships. There's lots of ways Tao healing can affect different parts of your life. This is just a subsection that we're working on right now, okay? So I look forward to serving you. And until then, have an awesome day. Bye-bye, everybody.